So for Monday motivation, I want to talk about stress. So I was reading an article and it talked about stress, but in terms of physics, and that caught my attention. So what did the Einstein said about stress? I was like, what did Einstein know about stress? So he really talked in terms of physics that stress is an energy which is equivalent to limited space and limited time. So if we see stress in terms of our body, and stress as an energy which is produced when there is a limited space and limited time, we can eliminate the stress easily. So let's take it by example. So when do we get stressed? Okay, when we see that we have a lot to do in less time. Okay, so we have a limited space because there are a lot of elements to be done, and then we have a limited time, and then what's created in our mind or in our body is energy, and we call it the stress. And how can we eliminate? Simply in terms of physics, if you increase the time. So as you increase the time, you create more space for these tasks, and then the stress, that energy goes down. I was like, wow, is that simple? I'm working on a course which is based on stress, and then I'm exploring different aspects of stress and how we can minimize and reduce the stress. But if we use this simple principle of physics and Einstein, that if you see as a limited time and a limited space, and if you increase the time and you increase the space, it will increase the space automatically and your stress will reduce. And now when we talk about prioritizing, it will fit into this equation as well. So when we say we are prioritizing things to reduce the stress, you're really eliminating the number of elements from the space. So you're creating more space. So once you create more space, your stress reduces. And if you increase the deadlines of your projects or whatever is upcoming, you reduce the stress. So, and a lot of stress is generated in our mind by our own deadlines. We created some timeline and deadline in our minds, but if it is causing you a lot of stress, stretch the timeline, stretch your deadline. So increase that space by increasing the time, and you can reduce the stress. So first of all, prioritize things. What is most important for you at this time, and what can be done in this time? If you can increase the time, you increase the time. If you cannot increase the time, increase the space. The amount of things on your list, reduce them and reduce your stress. Because believe me, there is nothing which is worth your stress and worth your health. So if your mind and your health is okay, you can do a lot. And if this is not okay, nothing is okay. Take care and apply your stress theory and reduce your stress. Bye bye. Take care.